Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back with the boys from Convoy every other week. It is so fun to see what's going on in the non-QM space. I love this channel, man. One rental at a time. We got Matt, the mortgage guy, getting wrecked every day with what's going on. And then non-QM is just kind of smooth sailing, creating new products. So Dustin, Jonathan, what's going on in non-QM?
Well, everything's been kind of crazy as everyone's seen. I mean, I think we woke up today, the bond hit what 3.07.
Yeah, the 10-year rate up big time today. Yeah.
It's I think it's now it's set there. It's moving a lot faster than we expected. Everyone's kind of in hairs on fire type mode. Stocks, bonds, mortgage-backed securities, it's all kind of crazy right now. So the market's moving again. Every time we come on, it feels like we talk about how the market's moving up, but yeah, it happens every single time. And I know you talk about it with Matt, the mortgage guy too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's so fun. I've been doing this for 3 decades in my own portfolio, and now I get to talk to other experts such as yourself that are in it every day. And it really is a difference between kind of owner occ and investor loans, right? The non-QM space, I firmly believe, is going to be stronger at the end of the year than it is right now. And that's at the detriment to owner occs, right? Because they're being priced out. What we're seeing right now is a rate increase that only happened one other time in 50 years, meaning the speed. It's not that rates are higher, it's the speed that got everybody, right? In 100 days, owner occs were asked to absorb 250 basis points. Most were on the razor's edge already, right? We're going to see demand destruction, supply destruction. But I think that's going to be at a win for non-QM. So I know you guys have got a lot of new products, and I expect more, right? One of the things I've learned is we have a real estate market and we have a lending market. And you know what? The lending market's getting hard. Guess what lenders do? They get more creative because they want to lend. That's kind of like their business. So talk about what's going on in the non-QM space, because you are partnering with other lenders who are creating some exciting products.
Yeah, no, the non-QM appeal is obviously the ability to get a loan in an alternative manner, right? And rates have went up just as much as, conforming rates have. We've seen that main product that most of our clients have been taking, the investment debt coverage loan, kind of stabilized around 6 and 6.25.
Okay.
Like the last 3 weeks, but
that's funny to say 3 weeks, because it felt like 6 or 9 months stuff didn't move. Now we're talking about 3 weeks of stability.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, non-QM didn't move for basically 2 years almost, and then we don't need to bring up all the times.
It's been a little different the last 100 days.
But yeah, no, we're seeing, lenders want to still get as much business as possible. And what they're doing is they're making, in a way, the requirements for a debt coverage loan right now. If you can, for example, have a debt coverage ratio above 1.25. So, you've got to be cash flowing pretty positively. They'll actually drop the rate for you. We have some lenders going as low as 5.6 when the rest of the market's at 6.25. If, the property's worth getting a 5.6 because of the fact that it's cash flowing so well. So
yeah, that's interesting. 1.25 DCR, because again, my Thursday expert before your discussions, Jonathan Twomley, and he plays in 100 units and above. And that's very common for their underwriting. And again, it's more like 25% down, real skin in the game, but 1.25 is kind of like the minimum for his kind of, I guess, really big loans. We're talking 8 figures, not 7 figures. And to see that non-QM can let you get in with a 1 DCR, that's pretty cool, but you're going to pay up for that, right? That's riskier. So again, what I expect my students and followers to do is to do better deals. I've been very clear in the last 30 days. It's time to sharpen the pencil. It's time to write lots of great offers. And for most of us, that means under asking, under list. I know it's hard to believe, but in the market we are going to, demand destruction is happening, and we are going to find motivated sellers, but you've got to write great offers. And if you can get a building, or you put more down so that the DCR is 1.25, you get a better rate. That's how it's supposed to work, right?
Yep.
And we're seeing a lot of lenders for non-QM. We used to have every lender basically do zero. You know, like we'd be able to do zero, as in like the lender would allow zero coverage. You can do the loan. The number of lenders that are willing to do that has shrunk.
Now let's talk about what a zero would mean. I'm guessing that means the building is empty.
No, it just means that the rents don't cover the mortgage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. So the debt coverage ratio is zero. So like, you know, we used to have every single debt coverage lender be willing to do that. Wall Street's like, no.
Not
so
anymore.
now it's like, you know, that number has been cut in half. So we could still do it, but like you said, it's going to come at more of a cost now. But you know, the lending programs that are riskier, seemingly riskier, are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things in this I want people to realize is going on. I keep reminding people we have a real estate market. That is for the average investor. Folks, you need to watch the lending market. The lending market is telling you right now, risk is being repriced. The safer deal, the better deal, the deal with more cash flow, the better rates. You want to get a lower rate as an investor, get a better deal. I mean, it's just that simple, right?
I mean, that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and again, the beauty of doing this for 20 plus years is this isn't my first rodeo. I've told people this is coming. It is now here. It's time to sharpen the pencil. I told people a month ago, I'm no longer looking for 6%. I want minimum of 7's my average, which means I'm only going to do 8, 9s, and 10s. I'm going to write offers significantly under asking. I expect a lot of people to say no, but here's the deal. I only need 1, 2, or 3 to say yes. I'll be happy getting 3 deals this year. I'm going to write them. So my DCR is at 1.25. I want cheaper money. I want 30-year as cheap 30-year money as I can get. That is my thing. I don't want any freaking arms. No, you know, not even on my apartments. I won't get 30. I won't get 5, 7s, or 10s. I want to remove interest rate risk from the equation. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what other kind of exciting programs? I think you guys have something coming out on Monday that might be worth a listen.
Yeah, we I guess we'll reveal it here first, but piggybacking.
Why not?
The debt coverage program that you know we're doing a lot of right now. We're going to see a 90% LTV rolled out for purchases and just, you know, no cash out, but purchases and, you know, rate and term refinances if you're in a position to refi, where you can essentially put 10% down, right, and get an investment property, or, you know, refi with only 10% equity in the house.
Now, is this just going to be a first, or is this going to be like the dreaded 80-10-10s I suffered through 20 years ago, or what is this going to be?
First.
The first. Oh,
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 10% down. It's
Right.
I think it and this is again what we've been talking about for months is, you know, the non-QM market's going to get more creative, right? As
Absolutely.
programs start to die out, there's going to be new things that pop up, but this is one of those. 90% loan to value, 10% down. It's, you know, it's a true 10% down. And then obviously there's little nuances which, you know, your viewers and the community can reach out to find out more about, but you know, true 10% down.
So let me just ask you a couple of questions. So again, this is an exciting program. Again, folks, you got to write better deals. You got to write, if you're going to do a 90% loan, folks, which is not normal as an investor, it's usually 80 or even 75%. You better be getting a hell of a deal, because otherwise you're going to invalidate rule number 1, which is no alligators, right? No negative cash flow, not okay. So let me ask about this 90% LTV. Where do I want to start? 30-year fixed?
Yep, 30-year fixed.
Okay. In the 6s, maybe 7s, I don't know. Again, it's up to the age all of that, but somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have it starting probably in the, you know, same baseline as everything else, because they're looking at the debt coverage. You know, they're not going to penalize you right now for putting less down if the property can still, you know, cash flow positively.
I hope people are hearing this. So again, folks, let's pretend and again, it's investment properties, not owner-occ, obviously.
Correct. We can talk about owner-occupied later, but
yeah, that's fine. So again, investment property, let's assume we're buying a duplex or a fourplex. Let's just make it a fourplex for fun. Let's say it's being listed for 1.3. This is a real example. Dion from Dion Talk has one. And I think Dion's reached out to you guys. At least that's what he told me.
Yeah, we wrote him a pre-approval for a 5 unit. So
yeah, so that's I love it that we're more of the channel and my experts are working with each other. It's a lot of fun to see. So again, let's take a fourplex that he wrote on. It was listed at 1.3. His numbers worked at 1.1. That's what I want people to do. Now, if interest rates go up, again, Dion said he's going to write it even lower. If you can actually do the math and figure out where he could get a DCR that makes sense, you guys could potentially loan up to 90% on that as a first. Is that correct? That's amazing. I hope Dion watches this because, again, I bet his numbers change. Because, again, when you do my calculations of yield or cash on cash, the biggest part of the denominator is your down payment. If that number gets cut in half, your yield's probably going to go up, assuming it cash flows, because it could also go negative if you have too much debt.
Exactly.
Any other thoughts or programs coming out you guys want to talk about? Because the thing I want to say about non-QM that we said in the beginning is this is the place where lenders will get creative. You will see more products here. You're going to see kind of Matt, the mortgage guy stuff, very owner occupied. In fact, in his world, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, you know, all of that stuff, I expect them to declare investors bad, meaning more fees. I expect Fed money and non-QM money to be about even, if it's not even already. What do you guys think of that?
Agree on that as well.
Oh, it's like I've been doing this a while. Do me a favor, guys. Where do you want to send people who follow one rental at a time?
Feel free to reach out to private client at convoyhomeloans.com, or you can go to our website, convoyhomeloans.com, and fill out the web form, and Dustin and I will reach out to you.
Yeah, if you're going to fill out the web form, make sure you tell them you came from one rental at a time. That is how you get Dustin and Jonathan to take care of you. Otherwise, you get put in with all the other, you know, average people. We don't want to do that. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.